What is going on, JW Faction? My name is Joshua Williamson. Coyote Peterson, you found the warrior wasp. I'm really scared of this, because you already know I'm scared of bees and wasps, and I should also say that this video is going to be pretty long, because the video I'm reacting to by itself is already over 20 minutes, so let's watch it. The epic conclusion. I like the music though. Has finally arrived. He is insane.
The insect sting pain index needs no new introduction in relation to the work that we do, and my climb toward its summit began with a small creature known as the harvester ant. This experiment into what happens from an onslaught of stings opened the door to a world of pain that I would attempt to endure in the name of education and science.
Yep.
That was one on my neck. Mari, get the one off my neck.
If you were watching this video, there's a good chance you remember the velvet ant.
Yep,
Also
the cow
known as
killer.
cow killer, this wingless wasp is famous for having the largest sting
I remember
in the insect kingdom. The sting from that creature was intense. It didn't end there.
This is the worst sting I've ever taken. Oh my gosh, guys, this is super bad.
The tarantula hawk delivered as promised, with a tidal wave of pain that literally put my arm
That thing is
into a state of
huge.
paralysis.
John, give me my arm.
And finally, came the moment that the world had been waiting for. The one and only bullet ant. Ranked as having the most painful sting in the insect kingdom, it seemed as if I had conquered the sting pain index mountain.
Oh, the stinger stuck in my arm, look at that.
I had reached the summit. I had done it. Or had I? Whispers began to drift amongst the YouTube comment section. And questions began to arise as to whether or not the bullet ant was truly the king of sting.
Oh, it's spreading more. It's getting worse. Hold on.
That was the bullet ant
Turned
scene.
into a haunting echo. What about the warrior wasp? Coyote, have you heard about the warrior wasp? Are you going to be stung by the warrior wasp? Warrior wasp.
Oh, he's encountering it right
Warrior
now.
wasp. That is an enormous nest.
I know, that thing is huge. I saw the trailer a few minutes ago for that. I didn't know that it already came out today, so now we're watching.
This is going to definitely be tough. And look again. Double check. Yeah, those are warrior wasps. 100%. And that nest is so big, there are probably thousands of them in there, all inside the walls. All it takes is a little disturbance for them to literally spill out and swarm like mad. And they're incredibly fast, much faster than your typical paper wasp. The local expert that tipped us off to this field where he said, yeah, I've seen warrior wasps there before. Actually,
You guys seriously don't know. This makes me feel uncomfortable. I hate wasps and bees. I'm so scared of them.
Time to think about running, let alone making an escape to try to get to his vehicle. And in the process, he was stung multiple times and had to go to the hospital. We do know they are incredibly fast and incredibly aggressive. So, for Mark and Mario, we're going to actually set up a mosquito net here underneath the overhang of this tree. Now that will hopefully keep you guys safe and out of the sting zone, because as we know, the sting zone goal with this is simply on my forearm, not all over our bodies. I'm going to be wearing a bee suit, so hopefully that will protect me as I go in to extract one of these ornery little insects, and with any luck, we're going to get one up close for the cameras.
You know, I thought about buying one of those bee suits to
aggressive paper wasp species in the
just
world.
walk around and be able to walk around outside during warm temperatures.
From their
That's how scared I am of
anything
bees.
that disturbs their nest. However, Very few people have ever been stung by one of these insects, because unlike normal paper wasp species, they often build their massive nests high up in the trees of the Central and South American rainforests, a place where humans virtually never encounter them.
Let's go catch a warrior wasp. Alright guys, I think I'm ready. Let's get you tucked underneath the net here. Now, in the event that I am swarmed, it is best for you guys to just stay completely put and underneath this. Wrap yourselves up as tight as you can. There's a good chance they're not going to get through there.
It's a mosquito net, so all the webbing is very tightly wound.
Yeah.
Nothing can really get through this, but still, it's going to be a pretty nerve-wracking experience if this thing gets swarmed by the most painful stinging.
I agree with you.
Alright.
Are you guys ready?
Ready? Let's do it.
Alright, now get under there.
Alright guys, I am now going to slowly approach the nest. And the goal is going to be to just hold the net up in the air and see if I can get wasps to actually come to the net. If I am swarmed, it is going to be one incredibly bad situation. I'm very close now. We're all down on the low end. Ooh, starting to swarm around me. There are a couple moving around me left and right.
My tactic was simple. Coax a single wasp from the nest using my extendable GoPro arm, and then quickly swipe it up using my entomology net. This was primed to be one of the most dangerous animal catches I had ever attempted, as disturbing the nest could literally mean thousands of these fearless warriors swarming me and the crew.
Okay, I'm going to cut this handheld camera and go for a catch. Here we go.
No. Come on.
I got one. Definitely got one. A big one too. Woo! Holy cow, that totally worked. Okay, there it is, right there in the net. You see it? And what I did is I just provoked one off the edge with the aquapod. We got it right into the net. Check that out. Wow. Okay, now this is the difficult part. I need to safely get it out of the net and into the catch. Give me 1 second here. Oh man, my arm is shaking. That was the most perfect strike.
Mine would be too, even just standing around that
Nothing
thing.
got scared. It was wasp on the edge of the net. I just poked it with the aquapod. It came off. One swipe, and I had it. Hold on a second. Yes, there it is.
All right, you got it.
There you have it. That is the warrior wasp. Oh my gosh, that is a large wasp. Wow.
That's not nearly as big as a tarantula hawk, though. The tarantula hawk was a monster.
Look at the abdomen in that creature.
I agree. The abdomen is not like any abdomen I've ever seen on any wasp.
Part 1 of this mission is in the capsule. Part 2,
The sting.
get me stung.
Yeah.
I have a feeling this may be just as bad as the bullet ant. Just based on the knowledge that these are extremely aggressive, I have a feeling that the sting is going to be unbelievably painful, but I am mentally prepared to take this sting, and I know that this is the moment that everybody's been waiting for. We thought that I had climbed the insect sting pain index and reached the summit, and that was it. The bullet ant was it. But of course, we all knew that we teased the warrior wasp at the end of that episode, and ever since, you guys have been asking for it. So today, Coyote Peterson is going to deliver.
Oh, God.
Here we go. that is a warrior wasp. Now the ultimate question,
Look at the face on that thing.
today is, will the warrior wasp's sting be more painful than the bullet ant? I have to just sit back for a second and admire this creature. How can something only that big, about an inch in length, possibly contain such a potent sting? Look at that iridescent blue coloration on the wings, and its abdomen almost looks as if it's covered in velvet. You'll notice the body structure of this wasp is very distinct. Of course, it has the head, it has a thorax, and then a very, very narrow space between its thorax and its abdomen. Now, one thing that I did notice when we saw these out flying around the nest is when they fly, they actually turn their abdomens upwards to a point in the air. Very different looking than other wasp species that we see flying around. What's interesting is that this thing looks like a warrior, and when
it really does
together and they're on the outside of the hive, what they will do to ward off anything that's thinking about getting into the hive is they will go boom, 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 boom. And sometimes they are actually called drumming wasps because they beat their wings together all in unison, and that's where they get the name warrior wasp. It sounds like soldiers marching. So when I look at this creature and its fierce appearance, it definitely reminds me of one determined warrior. And you know, the other thing that's real interesting about these wasps is they have massive front mandibles. Now, this is a species that will kill caterpillars and bring them back to feed their young, but they mostly feed on nectars and sugars. So this is not a creature that's out there hunting for itself, only hunting for its young, but those front mandibles I could easily see would be used to decapitate or kill something like a caterpillar or Whoa, intimidating face on that creature. Almost looks like the face of the bullet ant, but of course it has wings and a slightly different body structure. This is the only time I have ever seen a blue wasp.
Oh, hold on. What about the tarantula hawk?
Now, just like we did with the tarantula hawk, the way to get this animal to sting me is we're going to actually place
the tarantula hawk had some blue on the underside of its abdomen.
Let the net fall down on top of the insect, and I'm going to pick it up with these entomology forceps. I think you guys all know the game plan from there. Coyote's arm goes down on the table, the insect touches my forearm, and a sting is induced. Now, of course, for safety, we always have an epinephrine pen on set, just in case anybody's wondering.
Yeah.
I'm going to just place this off to the side at this point. And if you guys are ready, let's get the warrior wasp into the net. Mark, are you all set?
I'm all set. What happens if the wasp gets aggressive and flies at us?
Ooh, that's a great question, because I will tell you what, this is one fast insect. Now, when I am stung, as always, I'm going to try to get the glass capsule back over top. If I do not, and the wasp flies off, just hold your ground for a second. Good chances it just wants to escape, and it's not going to come after you guys. But if you are stung, I'm pretty much just going to turn the cameras around and film you guys to see what happens.
Let's not do that.
Let's hope that doesn't happen. Well, so far I've managed to get every one of these stinging insects back inside the glass capsule so that we can safely release it back into the wild right where it came from. And with any luck, we'll be able to pull that off again once more today.
Let's keep that streak alive.
Yes, yes. For you guys' sake, let's definitely keep it alive. Mario, are you ready?
Ready.
Mark?
He looks like Jimmy Kimmel a little bit.
I'm ready, if you're ready.
Alright, I am going to slide the warrior wasp off to the side. You stay there, buddy. And I'm going to place the net right in the middle of the table. Now, just like I did with the tarantula hawk, I'm then going to
when I saw it fall, I was kind of thinking it was. For some reason, I thought it was let loose for a bit.
See that? Good. You guys got that shot?
Yep.
I'm now going to remove the glass capsule.
That's the reason why I jumped.
And let the wasp.
A little delicate procedure.
Oh no! It's getting mad already.
The wasp is in the net. I'm going to gently pin it, and I need to grab it right at the back of its thorax. Got it. Perfect hold. Okay. Wow. There we have it. Okay, I'm going to have to do this quick. And that is about as good a hold as I am going to get.
Oh, stop so we get on it.
That stinger.
Is that the sound it's making, or is that just background
I'm
noise?
Coyote Peterson, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with the Warrior Wasp. Here we go. 1, 2.
Oh God!
Oh man, yeah, something's bad. Oh man, it's getting a lot worse really quickly. So far, not as bad as the bullet ant though. Nope, hold on. Sharp shooting pain. There's a sting zone right there.
Where are those found at? That's what I want to know.
Swelling up really quickly.
His arms are already swelling up now.
Hold on, back to the table. Okay, so what is happening right now is the venom is getting into my bloodstream, right? And what's happening is it is breaking down the membranes around my blood cells, and it's causing them to scatter. Now, there are cells in there that are neurons, right? Those neurons are sending messages to my brain that are screaming pain, pain, pain. And trust me when I say there's massive amounts of pain going through my arm right now. The initial onset is not as bad as the bullet ant, but it's an electrical shock similar to that of the tarantula hawk. Hold on, let me compose myself here for a second.
How can you do this to yourself?
Oh my gosh, the pain is
Oh, look at the
actually
bump
getting
on his
worse
arm.
as time goes on. And I don't know if that's actually the venom taking hold or that's just the neurons firing to my brain saying, you are in a lot of pain right now, Coyote. Hold on, guys, give me a second.
My God! He's really struggling after that.
You see the red?
Look at that.
Like you can't sit still.
This is more of a continuous sting than the bullet ant was. This keeps firing. This just keeps firing. Cut this GoPro.
He's still having to walk around after that.
Let me know if I need to be worried. Talk to me.
I'm trying to just mentally absorb the pain right now. And we've been working hard all day and it's hot out here. I'm lightheaded. You know, when you get into a really hot shower and the steam sets on, you feel like you're gonna faint. I do feel like I'm getting close to fainting, and that is not good. I'm just trying to control my breathing. Look at that welt. Man,
Yeah, you can definitely.
that thing walloped me. I can only imagine what it would be like to be swarmed by these. Just a single sting.
You would probably
dwarfs
die.
the sting of a yellow jacket. The initial sting was not as painful as the tarantula hawk, but then it set in, and it was electrical in nature. It felt like an electrical current going into my arm. And I was over here, I was hitting the ground saying, it's not as bad as the bullet ant, but in its own way, it's different, because the bullet ant hit me and then just kept radiating. This feels like I'm being stung over and over and over.
Seriously, this is why I'm scared of bees.
Go ahead.
This is
Put
why
your
I'm
hand
scared
up.
of bees and
Feel the
wasps.
tautness of my forearm.
Oh yeah.
You can see
Oh yeah. Big time.
stinger insertion point is definitely swollen. It is very much isolated. It almost looks like a little BB or something underneath my skin.
I know.
That's, you know, you're reacting more like you did with the bees with that, the immediate welt.
You know, my body may start to react differently to venoms. At this point, I'm just feeling really lightheaded, very hot. My arm is very hot, and not necessarily a state of paralysis like the tarantula hawk, but
Any tightness in your chest or?
not my chest, tightness in my hand. Like this motion, squeezing of my hand is very, very difficult right now. Really having a hard time squeezing
That's where you
my
know
fist.
your arm's in
You
a
can see
lot
the
of
swelling
pain.
setting in there. It does still feel like pins and needles in my arm, but I know that everybody wants me to answer the question. Is the sting from the warrior wasp more painful than the bullet ant? I would definitely say that the bullet ant is worse. However, keep this in mind. If you come across a bullet ant while you're out there venturing through the rainforest of Costa Rica, let's say one lands on your arm, falls out of a tree, and stings you, you can easily brush it off. However, if you stumble upon a nest of warrior wasps and you disturb it, you're going to have thousands of angry insects attacking you. And not only are they going to be attacking, but they are going to be chasing as you run through the
Jesus, that makes me twitch just to think about it.
Take sting after sting after sting, it could potentially be lethal. So word to the wise, if you're out there in the rainforest of Costa Rica, simply admire these
odds in Costa Rica
and always pay attention to your surroundings. I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave. Stay wild. We'll see you on the next adventure.
Alright, see you, Coyote.
I feel like we're missing something.
What?
Your famous lines.
Oh, you didn't notice my t-shirt?
Oh.
I've been wearing this all day, man.
Coyote, are you okay?
Yeah.
That's literally what the shirt
guys.
says.
As I hiked back through the sweltering rainforest, I could feel the physical and mental exhaustion setting in. Yet I knew there was still one thing left to do.
Alright guys, well, my arm is in considerable pain right now, but as always, it is time to release the creature back into the wild. So what I'm going to do is open up the capsule and let this warrior wasp fly right back up to its nest.
Slowly
Please don't let
opening
it
the
attack
capsule,
you.
I released this fearless warrior and watched as it returned to the nest. I felt a sense of completion.
Thank
My personal
God it
mountain,
didn't go
known as the Insect Sting Pain Index,
swarm around.
had finally been conquered. It was a long, painful journey, but as I climbed past the cow killer, traversed the tarantula hawk, battled the bullet ant, and now withstood the warrior wasp, I felt as if I had finally reached the summit. However, as I stood upon this moment in time, it seemed to pass in a flash, as I was quickly reminded that the universe will always present its next challenge when you least expect it.
Yes, it will.
Alright guys, so we have looked up vespid wasps of Latin America, and I have found out what this is.
Just after we finished filming the warrior wasp, we came upon a species whose sting had yet to be officially documented and ranked on the Insect Sting Pain Index. Could this sleeping giant be the dark horse that would emerge from the shadows to claim the throne as the newly established King of Sting? There is only one way to find out. I'm going to be stung by the Executioner Wasp.
Oh my God, that thing looks scary.
If you are excited to see how bad
Executioner Wasp?
the Executioner Wasp is, make sure to go back and pay homage to the reigning King of Sting, the Bullet Ant. And don't forget, subscribe so you can join me and the crew on this season of Breaking Trail. Oh my gosh, this is it.
I'm not going to Costa Rica. Nope, don't expect me to. Not going to Costa Rica, because I know that I could stumble upon a warrior wasp, and I do not want that to happen. Not taking that sort of chance. Executioner wasp. That thing looks terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Did you notice that yellow color it had on it? It looked like a cross between... It looked like a cross between a bumblebee and a wasp. You know, but... Yeah. Not going to Costa Rica. Not taking the chance of running into a warrior wasp. But what do you guys think? Post comments down below, let me know what your opinion is on this. If you like this video, thumb it up. If you hate this video, thumb it down. On my social media, my Patreon will be down below in the description box, as well as the link to the original video if you want to watch it. And be sure to click the subscribe button and become a member of the JW faction. Can't talk right now. On our journey to 1,000 subscribers. And I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving from me. See you later.